I really do. And like Baylor, to me, the two X factors are Flagler and Mayer. To me, right? Akinju's Akinju, but like we got to get production out of Mayer and Flagler, and Mayer to me has to be the guy that's like the all intangibles. If he's not scoring, he's got to be doing other things.
Coach, you grew up in the area. I have to ask you this before we let you go. Doug Edert is maybe the most Jersey guy I've ever seen in a team from Jersey City playing from a coach that played at Bergen Catholic, or he played at Bergen Catholic, and Shaheen Holloway is a Jersey guy too. Just talk about the basketball in that area and having a guy who is one of their own be the hero.
I you know what, I think the whole area, like I think if you wake up in Texas, it's football, right? I think it's just football. I think if you wake up on this 95 corridor, it's basketball. You know, when I was 9 years old, I had to dribble with my left hand for 15 minutes before I went to bed. There was no, there was no like mathematics or multiplication. You know, you have to have a ball in your hand. And, you know, if you didn't do your homework, but you were in the gym, I think it's okay. I think people in the Northeast, that's what it is. And, you know, I think, you know, when I was growing up, I would play against Kobe. I was so out of my mind. I thought I was as good as Kobe. And that's what that kid from St. Peter's has. He has that edge. And, you know, you to win these games, you have to have an edge. And I think people in the Northeast, Jersey, Philly, New York City, DC, you know, Boston, I think up this corridor, we're just, basketball is our life. Mm-hmm. It is our life. And like these days, these games are, like you could see it. You could feel the energy. And look, I think Texas has become a basketball state because of, the coaching, the programs, the excitement, and what Scott's done. But 20 years ago, you know, you wouldn't think that. And I think the SEC's become a basketball conference. And that's phenomenal.
John, by the way, we're going to have Kyle Whalen, who's going to join, Ryan Whalen, who's going to join us, the assistant head coach to Coach Holloway. He's going to join us at 5 o'clock. He was like a student or a graduate assistant or something with Phil Martelli. Isn't that your guy?
Absolutely. I know who Ryan is. Tell him I said congratulations. He's a great young coach. And, you know, I saw him on the sidelines there pumping his fist. I was excited for Ryan.
John, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate your time always and the insight. And you couldn't wait to text me about Shaheen Holloway. Paul mentioned seeing him when he was younger. You played against him. We appreciate your time and hope to see what happens on the other side of this weekend. Appreciate you.
I think Baylor gets through it easy. That's my prediction. Not easy. I'd say 12-point win, 70-58 or 75-63. It's 12-point win for the Baylor Bears, and it's a good day for Smokey and his crew.
Thank you very much, Coach. We appreciate it. John Gallagher, head coach at Hartford, has become a part of our show. He is a part of the family. By the way, the predictions, he just gave predictions. Ken Palm has Baylor 78-71. Torvik, Baylor 78-71. Evan Miyakawa, 77-74. These are just analytical predictions on the game. We know Carolina. We know what they look like in hammering Marquette. We also know Baylor and what we saw when they were 15-0 and then when they got it to the point where they got a piece of that Big 12 championship.
Well, I mean, if all those predictions are right, that'd be great. Would love to be talking about a Sweet 16 team after this weekend. And, you know, they've got a big opportunity tomorrow. I mean, they're not afraid of North Carolina. North Carolina's not afraid of them. Both teams are going to go in feeling like they should win this game. And you got a couple of really good coaches as well. So I think it should be a fantastic atmosphere. I would think that there's going to be a pretty nice crowd up there in Fort Worth for that one tomorrow. So, yeah, that should be pretty special at Dickies Arena. And, you know, to be able to keep talking about this team and be able to start looking at, Elite 8 matchups, Sweet 16 matchups, and potentially beyond would be an awesome achievement for this group. But it's going to be tough against the Tar Heels. There's no question about that. I'm not as confident as he is, but I'll leave it to him. He's far more of a basketball mind. By the way, starting to get some details. I know I just went and said what I said about Deshaun Watson. It doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about it. It's weird. It's just that's all. It's just weird how we just kind of move on. But I do have some details, and pretty interesting for Houston and also Deshaun Watson and obviously the Cleveland Browns as well. So we do know that his 5-year, $230 million new deal is going to be fully guaranteed. New record, highest guarantee ever given to an NFL player. So that's one move that's already been made as a result of this. And his agent is the same guy who is probably the hottest, agent in the game right now is David Smoak. He's the one that Corey Coleman signed with a few years ago. Corey Coleman, one of his few clients that actually did not work out very well after being drafted highly. But so there's the money aspect of that. But then I just had the compensation. The Browns get quarterback Deshaun Watson. This is per Albert Breer. They also get a 2024 fifth-round pick. The Houston Texans, in exchange, receive a 2022 first-round pick, a 2023 first-round pick, a 2023 third-round pick, a 2024 first-round pick, and a 2024 fourth-round pick. So they get ones in the next 3 drafts, as well as a 2020 third-rounder and a 2020 fourth-rounder. So 3 ones and then 2 additional picks for Deshaun Watson, who then gets $200 million plus guaranteed, and just now I guess awaits the NFL's decision on whether or not he's going to be suspended. And then the Browns also have to obviously do something with Baker Mayfield now. Yep,
and they do. And somebody out there looking for a quarterback. He's
Colts,
probably
Saints,
better than half the league, or at least close to that.
Panthers.
Here's another thing about Deshaun Watson.
That's great for Houston, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's incredible.
3 ones. I mean,
Lovie
after all
Smith
this
just had
BS.
a Christmas, and again, you would love to have the Deshaun Watson talent. He was never going to play in Houston again, and we've been saying that, and everyone has basically been saying that for a long, long time. We'll have Grayson here in just a moment to talk Baylor recruiting with football. UCLA and North Carolina Riders at 4 and 4:30, and again, the assistant head coach at St. Peter's, Coach Whalen, at 5. But think about what they just got. Mm-hmm. And Cleveland is on the hook for a fully guaranteed deal. You know they had to do some due diligence. Even if there is some sort of 4-game, 6-game, 8-game, or even another year. I don't know. We don't know that. We won't know. And you hope the NFL doesn't drag this along and they were able to give the Browns at least some sort of heads up, or all of us, what eventually happened.
I would love to hear that the Browns had done their due diligence and they found that this was all BS allegations. I would love to hear that.
They're the team that has Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
I mean,
the NFL is the king of portraying one image and absolutely doing the complete opposite behind the scenes, and somehow still massaging that because I don't know. I think it's because they have a lot of media that help them do that. As we saw a prime example of Adam Schefter. But the other interesting note is, Houston's now got a boon of an extra first rounder in the next 3 drafts, but also just saw Juju Smith-Schuster, Steelers wide receiver, agreeing to deal with Kansas City.
Yep.
So he's going to be joining the Chiefs. So that also coming down. Patrick Mahomes already getting excited about that on Twitter.
The NFL, we love women, but we don't.
Yeah, and when you hear or you say, and anyone says, if all the accusations are wrong, we will never know that. And it's, again, a fine line of what you see, but the man does deserve to move on with his life based on due diligence, based on the court of law, and then he will have to deal with whatever happens with the civil suits that could last forever and be a bunch of different money in different ways. Go ahead.
But if it's not that bad of a suspension and you're Cleveland and you just got Amari Cooper, you just got Deshaun Watson, like, we almost forget about Amari because that's like 2 days ago. But, just talking strictly football, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't try to bring the mood down with a little rant. It's just that, it's a weird deal.
It is strange.
From a football standpoint, it is very exciting, and it is something that's going to make the league very exciting next year because the Browns are going to get a ton of attention now with the moves that they've made. And, they're going to have Amari and Deshaun, on the same team together in addition to the rest of the crew. And then, Houston's got a new coach and now all these first-round picks. And, they'll have an opportunity to really set themselves up well over the next few years. So it's going to be very interesting to see just all the fallout from the move today.
I bet the city of Cleveland, the fans who thought that he was not a good person, maybe have changed their mind, which is also what we see as well. And in the end, you hope that whatever is the truth will come out, but again, we don't know if it ever will. You have to serve due diligence, the law. And right now, Deshaun Watson can go play, and Cleveland gets him, and now we'll find out what the NFL does. When we come back, a short segment with Grayson Grundhafer, Sikkim365.com recruiting coordinator, then writers who cover UCLA and North Carolina, then the assistant head coach at St. Peter's, who pulled off the shocker against Kentucky. Sikkim 365 Radio.
Riverbend Liquor and Wine, Lakeshore Drive at North 19th Street, a hidden gem. Look, I'll just talk about, since we're a little behind, the drive-through window. A lot of times you see places with drive-through windows that aren't necessarily drive-throughs, and it's kind of just there for functionality and not the the real purpose of a drive-through window. They don't do it. They're just offering it. But no, Riverbend Liquor and Wine, that's what they do. Everything they do is quality. The drive-through window is so fast. You go up there and say, I'll have a bottle of this, 6-pack of this, and do you have any margarita mix? Bam, bam, bam. You've got it. It's out the door. They're so fast and so efficient. That's what they do. Riverbend Liquor and Wine, Lakeshore Drive at North 19th Street. Find out more on Facebook and Instagram.
Baylor University is where lights shine bright. So, let there be light. Let there be roommates and teammates, scholarship and championships. Let there be fresh starts and new traditions, fast friendships and lasting impacts. Let there be laughter. Let there be joy. Let there be light. Baylor University, where lights shine bright.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Ben Erlinson, your Edward Jones financial advisor, knows that his most important goals are yours. That's why he takes the time to understand your needs, knowing you. That's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Ben Erlinson, 100 North 6th Street in Waco, 254-759-8533. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
In the market for a quality metal building? Since 1943, Pioneer Steel & Pipe has helped Central Texas residential and commercial customers with metal building design, panel options, building components, and trim options. Pioneer Steel & Pipe's residential line is energy efficient, offers low maintenance, reduces insurance payments, is impact resistant, and carries up to a 45-year limited warranty. In addition, they can also help you find a metal building contractor for your project. Pioneer Steel & Pipe with locations in Waco and Bryan, and at pioneersboys.com.